So you want to be a prop firm trader. You want to get max allocated with all of the major prop firms, and you want to make a living off of that. And for the longest time, so to be more exact, for like 3 years or so, this was also my dream. I wanted to be a prop firm trader. I wanted to be max allocated, because think about it. I mean, of course, 3% on a 100K account, that's already 3K that you made without, moving a couple of fingers and pressing buy and sell. Of course, it's more than that, but that's the principle. That's the reason why prop firms are so good. Well, but there's a different side of the prop firms that nobody is telling you about, and here we are. There's not going to be like a risk management video or some kind of video how to pass prop firms or whatsoever. This is going to be something that happened to me personally, and I want to talk about it as, I just feel obligated having, although a very small voice and a very small audience, I feel obligated to tell people more about the situation, as they deserve this. So the problem is, to keep it very general for the sake of it, in the beginning I've been banned by prop firms, and the way I reacted to this is going to be not as you would expect, but here we are basically. So it all started when I received an email from FTMO, and there they have stated that because of inappropriate trading behavior, I have been banned, and that they are not going to get any payouts to me whatsoever, and that my account is terminated. So the first thing is, of course, I emailed them back. No, actually the first thing is I'll log back into my FTMO account and see if that's actually true. Like, maybe there is some kind of asshole trying to pull up a unfunny joke on me and just, I don't know, wants to get me scared out or something like this. But then I log into FTMO and my account is just gone. Like, I'm not being able to log in. When I'm logging in the dashboard, everything is grayed out, and I just can't access anything. I don't even see any of the information there. I can also not access the support with my account. So the first thing I did is, first of all, I responded to the FTMO email, and I was going in very depth and also explaining my strategy, okay, over such a long text. Okay, I was explaining my strategy and what I do on a day-to-day basis. I even explained niche scenarios where I thought, okay, maybe, XYZ day, that's why they have banned me, because they didn't like what I have done there. And I even gone on a big extent in order to explain to them what my strategy is about, and that I'm not doing any of these inappropriate trading behaviors. Do you even understand what that means when somebody's telling you inappropriate trading behavior? It can mean anything. Okay, this is very subjective. So when you're telling me, okay, you have risk 5% and that's why I've blown the prop firm account, that's one thing, okay? I mean, we all agree to this when we're buying prop firms, but we get it. But when you're saying inappropriate trading behavior, that can be anything, okay? That can be because the sky is blue and that's why we have banned you, because this is inappropriate trading behavior for us. So once again, I sent them the email and I expect a response, but they have said that their final decision is, well, final, I guess, and that they're not going to give me any future services whatsoever. By services, they're basically just talking about, we're not going to be responding to any of your shit anymore. So I was like, okay, what can I do? But this was like 1.5 months ago already, okay? So this is not like yesterday or something like this. I didn't think much of it, and the reason for that I'm going to emphasize more a little bit in this video a little bit later on, and it's basically about that I've already made so much money with them, I don't really see it as a loss. I mean, of course, this is not fair, okay? After all, even though I have made my fee back by a large amount, I still paid the challenge fee. I still passed the prop firm challenge. Phase 1, phase 2, I don't go for step 1, step 3, instant accounts. I really only go for step 2 always. And so I deserve having that prop firm account. That's the agreement that the trader, you, and also the prop firm get into when you're buying a prop firm account, after all, don't you? And so, I didn't react to this too negatively, because once again, it's not too big of a hit. But especially from this prop firm, from FTMO, the most prestige prop firm, where a lot of you guys that are watching this is like the pinnacle of trading for you, okay? When you're seeing FTMO, you'll be like, man, one day I want to be funded with FTMO. Some traders even are already funded with, let's just say, FundedNext, Alpha Capital, which we're going to get also in just a bit. But they want to get into FTMO because it's allegedly the most prestige prop firm out there. Well, let me tell you, it was never the most prestige prop firm for me to begin with, because there is a better option that I'm also going to tell you about. So I didn't think much of it, and I just kept on trading on all of the other prop firms that I'm funded with all of the major, pretty much, FundedNext, Alpha Capital, MyFundedFutures, and also Topstep. So I was just trading with them, and for 3 years, you have to put it this way, I was not blowing a single prop firm account. For 3 years, any of my personal accounts were not blown. Now, and I don't even see it as something special, because at the end of the day, that is really pure risk management. You have to know your edge, you have to know your strategy, and you basically can't blow a prop firm account. We've talked about this a lot of different times on the channel. But the point that I'm trying to make here, is that I've been consistent for so many different years, for so much time, okay? And usually, because you can name me 10 different people on TikTok, whether or not that's true or not, but you can name me a lot of people who are making 20% monthly, okay? 20% monthly on their 200K account. But an interesting thing is that a lot of these guys, I don't see them after like 3 months or so. After 3 months, they just vanish. Or if they're still there, then they're not able to back off whatever they have done, basically. Okay? So they are not able to keep that consistency. I'd rather make 3% every single month for 3 years instead of making, let's just say, on 2 months 10%, and then you never see me again having a payout. So I believe it's the consistency on why they banned me, because I have been profitable for so much time at this point, and they just think, okay, this guy really knows what he's doing. He doesn't blow a platform challenge, because it's impossible for me to blow a platform challenge. If I'm being honest with you, with real risk management, with appropriate risk management, you cannot blow a platform challenge. Let me know if you want a video on that one too, in the comments, of course. Now let's also talk about FundedNext. That is the reason why, I decided, okay, now I'm going to make this video, because now this is not a coincidence anymore. This is on some real bullshit, basically. So I received an email from FundedNext, which was pretty similar to FTMOs. It was, of course, not the exact same stuff, but it is just very similar when they're going to be telling me, for example, you have been restricted on your account because you have not fulfilled all of the different risk management requirements. Then I was like, okay, maybe I've done a mistake. Maybe for some kind of reason I've done a mistake, okay? So I've gone to the FundedNext site. I've gone to all of their rules, and not this BS sort of website where it shows you like briefly all of the rules. That's not where you have to look, okay? You have to look in their actual rules. Every single prop firm, every single appropriate prop firm at least, is going to have a separate hub for its rules where it's going to state all of the different BS. Most of you guys don't even know what kind of shit there is actually in these kinds of rules. But anyways, so I've gone there, I have looked at all of these different rules, and I was like, I did not break any of those. And since I'm journaling every single trade, I'm also looking at all of these trades and I'm reviewing them and see, okay, well, I have not broken any of the BS rules that they are telling me that I've broken. So I emailed them. I was like, what the hell is this? Why did this happen? Okay, I wrote them a professional email. They didn't get back to me at all, okay? This happened like very recently, and this is still not all, but this is more so, I see this as a mistake that can happen. This is like not the first time with a prop firm that has happened to me. Alpha Capital has also denied me payouts. They have denied me like 1 or 2. They have denied me a couple of different payouts, but after that they have still paid me. I still don't understand the reason on why you're going to be denying me a payout, even though I'm still adhering your BS rules of your prop firm, but it is what it is. At least they are keeping on paying me, and whatever it is, maybe it's just a shortage within their prop firm, like they're having money problems so they can't pay in time. I have no idea what it is at the end of the day, but I'm happy enough that they're going to be keeping on paying me. So I am free to basically tell about if a prop firm is really good. Okay, so for example, Alpha Capital, that is also not ideal. That's not how a prop firm should be. If I am funded with you guys, then I need to be paid out every single time without an exception. Without an exception, okay? When I'm adhering your rules and making money on the account. Or simulated money. After all, you all know this is not live funds. Okay. But Alpha Capital, okay, we don't have to talk about it. If they keep on paying, that's all cool. FundingPips didn't ban me, but their rules are just very restrictive. Go on to their rules. This is going to be a very raw video. I'm not going to go through all of these different things. Probably not even going to have cuts, maybe 1 or 2 here and there. But I'm not going to even have pictures in here. But basically, FundingPips didn't ban me. They also didn't deny me a payout, but their restrictions are just so mad, okay? The prop firm that I have been interviewed with, okay? I appreciate also to them, this is an opportunity. I'm grateful still for these prop firms to exist to begin with. They are the reason why I was able to quit all of this 9-to-5 BS that I was working in back in the day. But still, their restrictions are just so ass that I am not able to trade my way of trading the way that I used to do it. And so, although they didn't ban me, they didn't deny me a payout, I now have to figure out a different kind of system to trade with them. That is not a huge deal, okay? I mean, basically, I'm ranking all of these from the absolute most ass to the least ass, but at the end of the day, all of these are ass, okay? And so, yeah, you can ask me in my Discord also if you want more infos. I don't make the most percentage in a month, I would say, but that I'm more consistent than not only unprofitable traders, but also than profitable traders. Because profitable traders, what I see, they make 10% in a month and they vanish. or they don't make any money for multiple months until they're going to get that 10% again. I focus on consistency. I'm going to get 3% a month on 500k funds. That is going to be 15k. That's something that I care about, and not having that 1 month with 10%. So this is the reason why I believe they have banned me to begin with. If there's a guy making, I don't know, 7% in a month, but then he vanishes, that's not really a big loss for the prop firm, okay? They have already so many traders that are failing over and over again. But when they see a guy that is consistently for 3 years, I mean, not with all of them, I've been funded for 3 years, but FTMO at least, if they see a guy is consistently, I'm just not stopping, okay? This is going to go forever at this point. I don't see myself ever blowing a prop firm challenge. I am so confident in this, that they just need to stop that shit. I mean, I am an unprofitable factor of their business after all. A prop firm is a business. Just like you buying the prop firm, that's a business expense. It's the same principle in here. And so I switched to futures to diversify my income. But this was before I have been banned by FTMO. I've been in futures, I believe, for 2 months at this point, and it has been also going well so far. They have not banned me, surprisingly. You know, in my eyes, futures prop firms are a little bit more ass than CFDs because they're cheaper. And so I just believe, okay, that is not the kind of quality that you're going to get in CFDs. But to be quite honest, it's the opposite. I mean, the spreads are zero. That's sort of not a prop firm thing, but that's a futures thing. But still, you know, I am quite satisfied. And so once again, I haven't been banned by the futures prop firms. It is going well so far, but it is by far also not my main income. I've made a couple of different payouts. I've also shared them. We don't have to talk about that too much, but they are not able to come close to the kind of money that I was making with CFDs so far. Now let's talk about you who's watching the video. Is this going to happen to you when you're going to be trading with prop firms? All of these different restrictions, all of these bans, payout denials, is this going to happen to you? I don't think so. And even by the time that they're going to be banning you, you have already made so much money at this point if you have managed your money well. I mean, if you're getting a lot of money and you're spending that on BS, then that's on you. But if you're able to get all of this money from these prop firms and you're then getting banned, by the time you have already made so much money, you might as well have your own 100k account. Put it this way, without having daily drawdown here, max drawdown there, restriction there, no weekend here, don't trade the news, or we are going to be, you know, there was also a firm that I was funded with, which was called Seacrest Funded. They used to be called MyFundedFutures. They have closed. This was actually a really solid firm, okay? Really good one. But one thing I always just found is that this is another thing, okay? This is a little bit separate, but this is a side story. They made it so when you're trading the news, and for some of these other prop firms, it's still like this, but think about it, how unfair that is. When you're going to, let's just say, make 1k profit on news, that is not going to count. But when you're going to lose 1k on news, then this is going to count. What the fuck is this? Either it's not going to count for the losses and also not for the wins, or it's going to count for the wins and for the losses. Why do you, they basically get best of both worlds. Let's just put it this way. Anyways, but I don't believe that this is going to happen to you. And once again, even if so, by the time, it is not even that much worth it keeping on trading these prop firms. Now, what is going to be up next for me? I'm going to be concentrating more on my personal account. I've been always smart about my money and not putting it into useless shit. And that is the reason why I'm also able to fund myself just based off my personal account alone. Because 90% of all of the money that has been made with prop firms is directly going to go into either investments or my personal trading account, okay? 10% is stuff like groceries and all of these kinds of normal things that everybody needs, or maybe also investing into a nicer setup. After all, I'm sitting here, that's my job, these sorts of things. And I'm not even mad at them because after all, this was still a great opportunity. And I wouldn't even say it still is a great opportunity. It is still something that I see myself doing. I still see myself trading with prop firms, but I also want to spread the message for everybody that's watching this video, as I believe this is going to be important for you to know in the future, because somebody that is watching this video right now is going to get to the point that I am right now. Okay, being consistent for so many years, and then they're going to get banned. Perhaps the guy that is watching, you know, at the other side of the screen, you are the guy that perhaps is going to get to this point. And so I believe that it is just fair for me, because I have an audience, although a small one, to tell you about this. Now, once again, what is up next for me? I believe that I'm going to be giving other prop firms also a chance. I have a very strong opinion, or at least I had a very strong opinion on prop firms, that you should always go for the major prop firms, okay? And also, before I forget it, there's going to be a shout out for the 5%ers. The 5%ers, they're the best, okay? I have not received any sort of denial, any sort of restriction. I have not received basically anything, okay? They're the most solid out here. The Fivers, never have problems with them, always paying out on time, great stuff. Okay, so you also have to give credit to the good ones. But I am going to giving no-name platforms also a chance. See, the reason why we're not giving no-names a chance is because, well, why should I go with some no-name firm if FTMO is also paying me and it's established or co-founded in whatsoever in 1996? But I don't see the reason in following these major platforms if they are not able to pay it. Because after all, that's all that really matters in a platform. Is it going to be able to pay you if you're going to be adhering to the rules? That's all a platform really is. Okay, that's the most important and also the only question that I ask myself when I'm choosing a platform. And with a lot of these no-name platforms, we're just not ready to spend in the money and actually take the risk. And you're also going to hardly get any reviews from somebody else. Why? Because they're also thinking the same. Why should they invest into whatever platform there is out there? But this is basically what I'll be doing, and hopefully I can also spread some love into no-name platforms who actually deserve it. But I'm also going to be the first person who's going to shit on these no-name platforms if they're not going to be able to pay me out. See, that's the difference between somebody who is big and also somebody who is a smaller channel like mine. A big channel, he's automatically going to get sponsored, and I guarantee you, if let's just say this channel had 20k subs at the very minimum, FTMO, let's just say FundedNext or Alpha Capital, they would say, okay, we're going to be doing XYZ, we're going to resolve this for you, sorry for the inconvenience. But this is not going to happen for this channel. Guess what? Because by the time I'm recording this video, my channel doesn't even have 2k subs. Nobody cares about me or this channel. Nobody cares about the message that I'm spreading in this video. But the guys that are watching onto this video, this is basically for you. Okay, so I am warning you with all of this. The plans for now is also going to be that I'll be passing on 2 new platforms that I found. And I'm also going to be recording it from start to finish. Once again, I only go for 2-step platforms. I don't really see the reason I'm going for 1-step, 3-step, or anything else. But this is going to be the plan. Whether or not it's going to be on my first channel or my second channel, probably on my second channel, because there I just do more raw talking and more live trading basically. But in this channel, you're going to get all of the updates and how I did it with the strategies. So make sure to leave a follow and also sub to the channel. But yeah, that is basically it. I don't have a big voice in this industry, but it's at least a couple of you that I can save with this entire message, and that makes it worthwhile doing this video. With that being said, you know, this message overall, this entire month with all of these messages was so bad, I've even started to grow a beard, as you can see, man. Anybody that's watching me for longer, you know that I am never having a beard. And I almost forgot it. Make sure to trade based off data and not guesses. See you next one.